Hey friends, it's Rachel with the Ponds Farmhouse, and I'm here today with another quick and easy DIY project. What we're working on today is a lampshade. I have a lamp that I've really not been happy with the lampshade that was on it. And so I have been looking for another lampshade, and guess what? I found one at a thrift store for just $2.87. However, it's a little worn. I might could clean it up and be good with it, but instead, what I've decided to do is I'm gonna make this a fabric lampshade with some really pretty fabric that I picked up to warm it up for a warm fall look. And so we're gonna be taking this fabric and transforming this lampshade into a really stylish look that's really popular right now. So if that sounds like something you'd like to learn how to do, then let's get started. Okay, the very first thing we need to do is get rid of all of the trim work on this old lampshade. So I'm just taking and pulling this welting that's around the top and bottom and up and down the sides, and we want to get that completely removed so that we just have the base of the lampshade. And then next you want to measure your lampshade, and this one is 12 inches, so I'm going to cut this fabric at 14 inches, and it's going to take probably about 3 lengths of the fabric to get enough to cover and make a pleated lampshade here. Then once I have these pieces cut, what I'm doing is I'm just going to mark this at 2 inches wide, and we're going to cut strips from this 2 inches wide all the way around, so that we've got several strips to do the pleats with. This could be done a little quicker if I had a rotary cutter, but I don't have one while I'm working on this, so we're just going to be doing it, drawing the lines off and then cutting it with the scissors, which works fine, just as a little bit of a slower process. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lay each piece out, and with a hot iron we're going to press under about 1/2 inch on one side of each of the strips that we have cut. This will give us a clean edge so that we don't have any raw edges showing when we finish up our pleats. Okay, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lampshade on a lamp. Now, this is not the lamp that it belongs on, but the one I have is a little bit larger. But this is going to allow us to work at eye level without it moving. So, got to find my little top here. Okay, we're just going to tighten it down so that we have a steady workplace here. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to find one of the seams. This is the main seam of the lampshade. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start there, and we're actually going to be gluing these pieces on. Now, one of the things that I want to say is that what we're going to do is we want to keep it as straight as possible, and this is smaller at the top and larger at the bottom, so it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So we're going to try to keep it as smooth as possible as we're going. Another thing that we want to do here is we're going to let this top part be even, and then we're going to let it hang off at the bottom. So that'll be our first seam. Then we're going to be overlapping these. This is the smooth edge. We want that rough edge to be covered. So when let's see, let me just lay it here so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to put it in there. I'm waiting for the hot glue to set up, and then we're going to put this other smooth edge right over the top of it, just like that, so that
the raw edges will all be inside. And we're going to keep working around the lampshade just like this.
Okay, right here we're back around, and we want to make sure that we tuck this final piece underneath the first one. So gently pull that apart where you glued it to begin with, just enough so that you can tuck this last piece in, and then you'll just add a little bit more hot glue here, and we'll have a completely pleated lampshade at this point once we get it tucked in. See how easy this is? Okay, now we're ready to attach these bottom pieces, and what you want to do here is again start at that same area where we began, and what you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit of hot glue at the bottom, and then you're going to pull that pleat tight and press it down, and just keep going all the way around the bottom there, making sure you're keeping your pleats straight as you pull and tuck everything in. You want to give it a good little pull each time you put that down so it's really good and smooth. Then once you're all the way around, just turn it over and cut off all those raw edges. Just cut it as close to the rim of your lampshade as you can so that you've got a good smooth edge there. Okay, finally you want to make a bias tape so that you can create a trim for the top and bottom of your lampshade. I'm using a bias tape maker, which you just put 2 inches of fabric into the largest bias tape maker, and I'll put you a link to that if you're not familiar with it. And then it's just real easy to press the bias tape with the iron. And then after you've got it pressed, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and fold that back over so that you're keeping all the raw edges to the inside, and go ahead and press again. Now you've got a really good trim to go around your top and bottom of your lampshade. And finally, what you want to do is you want to seal this seam in your bias tape. You want to make sure that it stays closed so that when you put it onto the lampshade, it will not open back up. And then we're going to seal those raw edges around the bottom and top of the lampshade with the bias tape. Just add hot glue right to the very edge of your lampshade, and then apply the bias tape to it, pressing it firmly into place, and just continue all the way around until you've got both the top and the bottom completely covered with your tape.